Hi, future doctors and fellow horse enthusiasts. My name is Dr. Hannah May, and welcome back to One Horse Word a Day in 2026. Let's pick our word. Halt. This is a great word. The definition of halt is a dressage term, which means to stop the horse. And I would argue that it's probably not just a dressage term, because I think everyone uses the word halt, especially when it comes to half halt, which I think we're going to do a 2-for-1 special and do 2 definitions in one. Let's see if the word half halt is in here. Here it is. Half halt. So we already know that a halt means to stop the horse. A half halt is a movement that changes the horse's balance by a shift of the weight of the horse from the forehand to the quarters or the hindquarters. That's the first definition. The second definition is a slight check in pace to collect a horse together before applying the necessary aids for a change in pace or movement. So where does that come from? The word halt means to stop, which usually in English riding, you are pulling back on your reins, potentially even just tightening your grip. The horse's mouth is very sensitive, so even sometimes if you just sit back, you can cause them to stop. And that's what Western riders rely on, but English riders a lot of times rely on contact with the horse's mouth. If pulling back on the reins causes the horse to stop. Halt, a half halt, is usually when you keep your one rein steady and you just tighten the grip of your other. A lot of times this is the motion that I would make, like so, pulling back on one rein. A lot of times adding leg to that so that they don't stop. But that is what I think of when I think of the definition of the word half halt. Feel free to correct me in the comments. There are a lot of riders and trainers out there that may have a different opinion or way of describing this, but that's my understanding of the word halt and half halt. Thank you so much for joining the horse word of the day with Dr. Hannah May. This is the Equinection, getting you started in the equine industry, one stride at a time.